The Australian outback is a land of extremes, a place where searing heat, punishing drought, raging storms, and roaring fires shape every life that dares to survive there. Amid this land of red dust and golden plains, a shadow moved with strength and grace, each leap a testament to endurance. That shadow was Jarran, a red kangaroo whose fur burned the color of the earth itself, whose chest swelled with the pride of countless battles survived. From the moment he had stumbled from his mother's pouch, awkward and trembling, the outback had tested him, and from his first uncertain leap, Jarran had vowed to endure. As a joey, he had known hunger so deep it hollowed his belly and left him weak. He had felt the cold of desert nights when frost rimmed the grasses and stars blazed merciless above. He had darted in panic from the gleaming eyes of dingoes, his small body barely escaping the snap of jaws. But survival shaped him. By the time his shoulders rose above the others, and his legs carried him in thunderous strides, Jarran had become more than strong. He had become unstoppable. Now, as leader of his mob, he bore not only his own survival, but that of dozens who followed him. Mothers with joeys pressed into their pouches, young males who tested their strength in clumsy sparring, old ones who leaned on the safety of numbers. All looked to Jarran, and the outback never let them rest. One dawn, as light bled crimson over the horizon, Jarran's ears twitched. The thrum of heavy paws approached. A rival male appeared, muscles young and proud, chest gleaming, eyes fixed on Jarran with the fire of ambition. The mob froze, the air thick with tension. The challenger bounded forward. Dust exploded around them as the two titans collided. Their tails braced, claws slashed, fists struck with the weight of survival. The younger male fought with raw power, desperate to claim dominance. But Jarran fought with experience etched into every scar. He absorbed the blows, countered with patience, and when the challenger faltered, Jarran struck a devastating kick that hurled him backward in a spray of dust. The mob roared in silence, their faith renewed. The challenger limped into the distance, and Jarran stood tall, chest heaving, eyes fierce. For now, his reign remained unbroken, but dangers were never only rivals. That night, the air filled with growls. Dingoes slinked from the shadows, golden eyes glowing, teeth flashing in the moonlight. They circled, lean with hunger, testing the mob. A joey shifted nervously, and one dingo lunged. Jarran was faster. He surged forward, his massive legs striking with brutal force, sending the predator sprawling. Another rushed from the side, but Jarran pivoted, his claws raking, his tail thundering against the earth in warning. The pack snarled, restless, but Jarran's defiance burned too bright. One by one, they retreated into the night. The mob was safe again. Mothers pressed their pouches tight, joeys wide-eyed but alive. Jarran stood guard until dawn, his silhouette etched against the silver sky. The months that followed brought drought. Waterholes shrank to cracked hollows. Grasses turned brittle, the land itself groaning in thirst. Hunger gnawed at the mob. Exhaustion dimmed their eyes. Yet Jarran led them forward, his leaps steady though pain burned in his legs. He guided them to hidden patches of moisture, to secret hollows where grass clung stubbornly to life. He bore the weight of every life in the mob, and he did not falter. But the land had one more trial to unleash. Smoke rose on the horizon. Winds shifted. Flames erupted across the plains, racing faster than any leap. Fire devoured shrubs, trees, and grass in a roar of heat, sparks raining like burning hail. The mob panicked, scattering in terror. Through the chaos, Jarran surged. Fire seared his fur, ash blinded his eyes, but he bounded ahead, carving a path through smoke and flame. He turned back to gather stragglers, his body a shield, his leaps a guide. When they burst free of the inferno onto scorched black ground, many collapsed, panting, trembling but alive. Jarran stood amidst them, sides heaving, coat singed, eyes blazing. Against the firestorm he had endured. Rain came weeks later, silver sheets falling across charred earth. Life returned in green shoots pushing stubbornly through ash. Water pooled in hollows, rivers trickled once more. The mob grazed, renewed. Joeys leapt in joy, young males tested their strength, mothers sighed in peace. Jarran's chest swelled with pride, though his own body ached with the toll of years. Seasons passed, rivals continued to test him. He defeated them with scars as proof of wisdom. Predators continued to hunt, but none could shatter his resolve. Storms came, floods swept the land, yet the mob followed him through it all. But age does not bow to will alone. Jarran's leaps grew slower, his chest burned longer after battle. His once unyielding legs trembled at night. He knew his reign could not last forever. The day came when a new challenger appeared, broad, strong, gleaming with the arrogance of youth. The mob grew tense. Jarran faced him with steady eyes. The fight was brutal. Dust rose in clouds, claws slashed, tails braced, fists struck with thunder. The young male's power surged, and though Jarran countered with experience, his body faltered. At last, he staggered under the force of youth, but he rose. Slowly, painfully, he stood tall once more, chest heaving, eyes fierce, refusing to yield without dignity. The younger male paused, then bowed his head in respect. The cycle was complete. Jarran stepped aside. Leadership passed to new blood. But his reign had not ended in defeat. It ended in honor. That night, under a sky blazing with stars, Jarran rested apart from the mob. His heart beat slow, but full. He listened to the soft sounds of joeys in pouches, of mothers grazing, of young males sparring. Life went on. At dawn, he rose one last time. The horizon blazed red and gold. Jarran leapt not as far as before, not as fast, but with all the fire that had carried him through every trial. His silhouette stretched across the rising sun, his shadow eternal on the red earth. The mob watched as he faded into the distance. And though his figure vanished, his spirit remained in every bound of every joey, in every victory over fire and storm, in every heartbeat of the Outback itself. For Jarran was more than leader, more than survivor. He was legend, and legends do not end. They leap eternal.